Fools of Earth, do not be fooled into thinking you stumbled upon a major scientific discovery. The following podcast is not real, but it is really part of the Earwolf Podcast Network. Isn't that fun? It certainly makes it easier for me to hide the dangerous fact that there are worlds beyond our own. I mean, not that, the opposite. Enjoy the show.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, ARNIE NIEKAMP. If you've never listened to the podcast before, this is what's going on. A year and a week ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King in Chicago into the fantastical land of Foon. I'm still getting a slight Wi-Fi signal from the Burger King through that dimensional rift, and I use it to upload a podcast I record every week here in the Tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon. I interview monsters, adventurers, royalty.
At this table.
At this very table. That's right. I'm joined by my weekly co-hosts, Chunt the Talking Badger.
Yeah, I actually, due to the fact that I may not have long to live, I wanted to add in sort of a direction in my intro.
Okay.
In my catchphrase, I want to add in, so you guys will know the direction I'm giving you. I'm going to ask you to do something. Cool. And when you hear me ask you to do something, I just ask that you do it. I just want to feel good about myself. Cool. So could you ask me to introduce myself?
Oh, sure. Can you introduce yourself?
Chunt, please clap.
Thank you. So that you're just going to demand applause?
Yeah, Chunt, please clap.
Chunt, please clap. Okay, fair.
And I am Usador, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas. The elves know me as Fiang Yalak, the dwarves know me as Zodan and Hookstangis, and I am known in the northeast as Gasmwanius Maystar. And, friends, do you ever concern yourself that perhaps there are names that I have that you have not yet heard? Good friend, listen to me now, for there are these names, and should you hear one of these names, please do not panic. Please do not fear, for I will do everything in my power to protect you, but know that these names are dangerous, for words contain great power, and even hearing a single syllable of one of these names may destroy you from the inside out.
Biscuit meniscus.
Biscuit meniscus, as I am known to the bakers of Foon as well.
Clap.
I do not need your applause, for I am already the most accomplished wizard in all of Foon.
After Spintax.
I suppose.
Well, Spintax is on Earth now.
That is true.
So.
Yes, very good point.
John, can I ask you? I just want to check in with you.
Sure.
We had some real heavy news last week.
Yep, trying to remain optimistic.
That's great. I love that you've got like such a cheery...
Yep, my goblet is half full of
that's
raspberry
good.
mead.
Oh, that's great. For people who didn't listen last week, you found out...
Are there people who didn't listen last week, but they're listening this week?
Maybe.
Who are these psychopaths?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
How you doing with this curse?
I'm trying to remain positive. I did. Usador's on the lookout to see if there's anything to alleviate the curse or cancel that out.
I am searching high and low, for I shall find some cure, some magical potion or hex or incantation that shall set my good friend Chunt free from this curse.
Well, on my world, we have curses, and you usually reverse those curses by doing like the opposite of the thing that got you the curse.
Oh, then I won't touch coins, you idiot.
Yeah,
I
can
did
you
talk
untouch a coin?
No. I did talk to, I have a friend, Allison, who's, she's a boohag.
A boohag?
A boohag. It's just sort of like a magical, like a lesser witch or something. She's a boohag, which means, she doesn't have skin, and she sits on your chest when you sleep and kind of sucks out your breath. But she was telling me that there's a
what
way...
was her name again?
Her name is Allison.
Allison, okay.
But she was telling me that there is a way for me to perhaps prolong my life. So what I have to do is I have to drink the tea of a rusted root. And then I have to say one phrase over and over and over. And that phrase...
I couldn't begin to guess what that phrase is going to be.
It's send me on my way.
Oh, okay. Are there other rusted...
Send me on my way.
On my way?
Try saying it.
Send me on my way?
Send me on my way.
On my way?
Send me on my way. Say it like
On
I
my
do. Like I do. Send me on my way.
Send me on my way.
Send me away.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
There are many iron trees that grow in the far north reaches of Foon. And these iron trees, their roots rust, and the magical properties of a rusted root are not to be ill-considered. Arnie, do not mock the rusted root.
Okay.
All right?
Can we get to our guest? It's one of my favorite.
Oh,
people.
yes, of course.
Do you know how you can tell if a tree has iron deposits in it?
How is that?
No.
No monkey will swing on it. Because
about right.
those rusted roots have a way of saying, Simeon away.
Oh, Simeon away.
Simeon away.
Simeon away?
Simeon away.
All the way?
Simeon away.
Hey, I'm so excited to have Tom the Traveler back.
Yes, well, I think we all know what my real identity is.
Tom Lane Belroth, Prince of the Belroth Empire.
And possible winner of a Tosser Award.
No,
Oh.
I am not.
You're still Tosser nominated.
I am like you, Chunt, in that I am cursed.
Well, for new listeners, what is the like? You left the Northeast where you're the prince.
Yes.
And you became an actor.
I hid away to drop the role of prince and become something else. And I joined a group called the Cockticklers. And
Wonderful acting troupe.
yes,
the best.
And then I played Danlet, which is a famous role. And I was lucky to be nominated for a Tosser, which is the highest acting award in Foon. The Tossers were just recently.
Isn't I thought there was some controversy that no
Yes.
other species was nominated except for humans?
do you have whites in your world?
Do we have what?
Whites, they're undead, but they're mysterious.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
WIGHTS?
Yeah, how else?
You
would
do have whites in your world?
Oh, I don't know.
The Tossers are dominated by whites.
Sure.
Because Tosser, it's called that because it's the person who can best toss off who they are and
Sure.
become something else. And that people seem to think whites can do that very well because they're dead, so they're blank slates.
Sure.
I
But
feel
you
like everyone
yourself
can do it.
are very good at tossing yourself off.
Yes, I frequently toss myself off.
Does it take a lot of practice?
It can, yeah, but I've been trained by cockticklers. But I went to the Tossers, and it was as usual dominated by whites. And
Do you mind walking us through, like, what is the morning of the Tossers?
well,
Like, how you're getting ready for this award show?
the hardest part is the red carpet, which is a carpet that by the end of the night is soaked in blood.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people are jealous of other nominees.
Yeah.
And all weapons are allowed.
Really?
On the red. That's why it's called the red carpet. But the problem is, that's why it's hard for someone like me. It's mostly whites. You can't kill them.
That's true.
You can't kill a white because they are dead, and we don't. It's sort of mysterious as to what they even are. And they look like people that you used to know, but they're not those people. They're whites.
Yeah.
I do have to say, though, in defense of whites, they can just walk through walls.
First
which
of all,
is very impressive on stage.
I don't think that this is a proper time culturally to be speaking in defense of whites.
Yeah, I've never heard
I
a
think
good
it's time for
sentence.
whites
Yeah.
to just listen.
Well, just because they're dead, it's not their fault.
Yeah, but that's the thing about whites. They're so like they're martyring themselves. It's like, oh, I'm dead. It's like, you know what? You've got a lot of advantages as a white.
Yes. Anyway, so those of us who are living have a very difficult time on the red carpet because we're the ones whose blood gets spilled.
Were there many suicides after the awards this year?
There always are, yeah.
Yes.
But because people
Very
take
sad.
this very seriously. And I was just thrilled to be nominated. And my mother is the presenter of the awards. And so I was going to reveal myself and stand up and tell them that I've joined Usador's quest and that I'm rejecting being the king. Because I don't want to be.
Not to put you on the spot, Tom, but I know everybody probably writes out a speech, even though they may not win. They have a speech tucked in their trousers or something. Would you possibly mind reading the speech you had prepared if you would have won?
Okay, yeah.
Is it still in your trousers?
Yeah, I think it
And
is.
the winner is Tom Belleroth.
Clap.
Well, you would say Tom the Traveller because...
Oh, Tom.
Oh, that's right.
The winner is
That's part of the speech.
for the role of Danlet from the Cockticklers, Tom the Traveler.
Usually they just say the name first because if it really takes away a lot of the tension if it says from the Cockticklers for the role of Danlet. That stuff comes after.
And the tosser goes to Tom the Traveler.
Oh,
And then over the clap,
Yeah.
From
then
the
you say,
Troop of Cockticklers.
but no one
In
hears
the
that
role of
part because,
Danlet.
oh my God, he won. So then I'd come down and I would see my mum and I would get the award and then I would stand and I would say to her, do you recognise me? Do you? Do you? And then I would pull off my fake moustache and I would say...
I'm sorry to interrupt, Tom. Do you have that fake mustache in your trousers?
Could you put it on and lay it off? Yeah.
All right, there we
There we go.
All right.
And the winner is Tom the Traveller.
Clap.
From the Cockticklers for the role.
From the Cocktails for the
All right,
role of
yes.
Danlet.
Hello, I am not Tom the... Hey, do I look familiar to you? Do I? I take off my moustache.
Pull it off.
You can see I'm doing it right
really
now.
take it, yep.
It's painful.
It's me, Mum. It's Tom Blaine. And I'm back to tell you that I reject this throne. I reject this crown. I am an actor now. And who do I have to thank? I have to thank one girl, Rhiannon. She moves like a bell in the night. Who will be her lover? I'd like to be your lover, Rhiannon. And I thought of you every night during the kissing scenes of Danlet.
Wait, is he talking to Rhiannon or his mother now?
No, I'm talking to Rhiannon.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
milk.
sorry,
that's
sorry,
the milk-
sorry.
the milkmaid. You
The
confusing.
milkmaid.
Yes.
I'm in love with the milkmaid. My father told me I cannot marry her, and that...
I mean, I would understand him
Well,
saying that.
that's my mum.
Can we? I'm so sorry. I got distracted. So Rhiannon would be there as well.
Yes, I mean, everyone in the kingdom of the Northeast would be
I
at
see.
the tossers. I mean, everyone in the court.
So, Arnie,
Okay, now I get it. Can we start over?
yeah, Arnie, could you stand up and play Rhiannon? Yeah, great. Thank you. So the winner for the tosser for best tosser goes to Tom the Traveler, and then the troop of the Cockticklers in the role of Danlet.
Clap. This is Tom's third time nominated for a tosser and his first win.
Do you recognize me? Do you? Do you? How about now?
There'd probably be a gasp, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Mum. It's me, Tom Blaine.
That's still to his mother.
I've cast off the role of king or prince. I've put aside my crown and my throne, and I'm an actor now. And I owe it to one woman. It's you, Rhiannon.
Me?
You move like a bell in the night, but who will be your lover?
But do you really love me?
Yes, and I wish to give this tosser to you.
I'm so proud of you. You won in a landslide.
I want you to put aside all the rumours that you've heard. And let's kiss each other now.
Oh, Tusk.
What?
I don't... Tusk.
Tusk?
Is there an elephant here?
No, I mean Tisk.
Ah, Tisk classic.
And that's what probably would have happened. But now I'm back, and I've been depressed, and I've been seeking out more globe.
No, Tom, you must not partake of the Morglorp. It is a dangerous substance, and though I do create it and sell it to people, I do not recommend using it.
Sometimes it's the only thing that will fill my hole of sadness.
Why don't you try filling your hole with something else?
Like soup.
Yes, put some soup in your butt.
So now Rhiannon is in the northeast, and I'm trying to send her letters, but it's not easy to be in love at a long distance.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand your pain all too well.
You do?
Yes, my sweet wizard lover, that beautiful sorceress, Genlevia, and I have been dating through astral projection!
You're dating through astral projection.
Yes, I'm not sure where she is right now, but we're sort of like meeting on the astral plane and just, hanging out and being cool.
From my experience, not
we aren't
many...
putting a lot of labels on it.
Was it awkward was it awkward the first time doing it in the astral plane?
A lot of people are reticent about astral play.
I find
If you
that
warm someone up to it.
if you are tender,
Sure.
and there's a lot of fun to be had in the astral plane.
The first thing you got to do is bring it up as a joke.
Right, exactly.
And then you just
why don't we
as
just
if it's
meet
a
on
joke.
the astral plane?
And then you say, "Oh, wouldn't that be gross?" And then you see how they react.
Yes, you just have to check out their reaction and see if they're interested in meeting on the astral plane. And then once you're there, you just,
There's a lot of nerve endings there.
Exactly.
And by that I mean you don't feel anything because when you're on an astral plane, all your nerves end.
Yes, you have no endings.
And you're not
of all
nervous.
endings. Exactly.
And you can't get pregnant.
All right, let's take a quick break. Let's refresh our drinks, and we'll be back we'll learn more about what's going on with Tom the Traveler.
Clap.
This is Blemish, the new owner and operator of the Vermilion Minotaur. The fires are burning more brightly than ever before, and those who wish to dance around the flame, ululating with the very essence of the Dark Lord's name, and ascend higher into the very branches of McShingleshane's forest, where we all, under the robes of the Dark Lord, may rise to great power and wash it down with half-price barley wine on Fridays. Come to the Vermilion Minotaur.
Tom, I'm just so happy to have you here. You were one of our first guests we've ever had on the show.
I think he was the first guest.
Technically, Chunt, you and Usador were my first guests.
I am not a guest. I am the very anchor that creates
That holds this show back.
that keeps the show from crashing into shore.
You're firmly rooted in one place, and we're
At this
struggling to
table.
move forward.
Oh, this root shall never rust, my friend.
So, Tom, I'm curious about who did win.
It was a white.
It was a white.
It almost always is.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, frankly, it was a white. Stood up there and just talked about things only whites would understand.
White powers.
Gross. So
What role did he win for? He or she or it win for?
Romeo.
Romeo?
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. It's about a love affair that keeps getting hot and cold again.
I agree that there is no real defense of how many whites are nominated, but it should be noted that there have been some exceptional performances by non-whites, such as Cyclops Poitier.
Oh, yes, he's terrific. And really a trailblazer.
A true trailblazer.
But, let's say it.
But isn't it...
People say they have no depth because they can't see
have no
depth.
depth perception.
But that doesn't mean that they can't play depth.
But they often get typecast as, brutes and whatnot.
So, Tom, you were there. You were in the room.
Yes.
You didn't win, but
Yes.
your queen mother is there.
Yes.
Yum, yum, yum.
And Rhiannon was there as
Yum,
well.
yum, 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 yum.
Why
Yes.
didn't you
I
just
didn't
go and
see her.
Why didn't you go
W.
and talk to Rhiannon?
Because
Have a romantic reconnection.
I was afraid to reveal myself if I was not a winner of a tosser. And now I think I should dedicate my life to defeating the Dark Lord.
We also could use a new host for this podcast.
What?
The last time I was here, you weren't here. You found your wife. How did that go?
Oh boy. It's a bit of a long story. Memory gremlin showed up.
I can tell it very quickly. Arnold slept with the memory gremlin.
I thought it was my wife, but it was just a memory gremlin stealing the memories of my wife.
But that's what they do.
That's what they do. I guess I don't need to explain what a memory gremlin does. Everybody knows what a memory gremlin does.
Most people know that when someone comes and looks like your wife and acts like her, that you have to ask more questions.
Yeah.
Before.
See if they're up for astral projection.
So you cheated on your wife with
No.
a memory gremlin.
Well, it's complicated. But I feel very guilty.
Don't ever play mittens.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
You could be killed.
It's true. It's true. But you know what? I feel like if I played mittens, I'd be killed anyway.
Yeah, probably.
There's so many different ways to get killed in that sport.
Yeah.
So, Tom.
Yes.
Now you're back. How are you going to help Usador on his
And
quest
we're
to
back.
defeat the...
I don't know, Usador. I can be useful in many ways. I am an actor, and I have seen the way that my father governs a kingdom. I have seen the way my mother ravenously devours men.
I believe how you could aid me the most would be by infiltrating the kingdom of Shrike.
Shrike?
With your great acting prowess, you could put on a fake mustache, pass yourself off as some courtier, work your way up in the ranks, and uncover all sorts of useful information for our quest.
In fact, yeah, take that mustache out of your trousers again.
Okay, right. Yeah.
You could put it upside down and put it on your chin.
Oh, very nice.
You could put it here and have like a unibrow.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes,
Maybe
there are
I'll
all
be
sorts of
used.
ways. You could, in fact, Even better, you'll play 3 different people with hair in
Yes.
3 different places.
Shall I change my voice?
Yes, change. Yes, what voices are you
Okay,
going to do?
give me the name of the first person, and I will change my voice to see how they talk.
Grumblewald Schimberschwitz.
Hello, I'm Grumblewald Schimberschwitz.
Wow, that's amazing.
Amazing.
Here, let me
We're
do one.
seeing
Let me
the
do
acting
one.
process at work.
How about a character named D'Angelo Capricious?
D'Angelo Capricious, okay. Sounds like it's...
Or DiCaprio for short.
DiCaprio. Hello, I am D'Angelo Capricious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And it's, you
Amazing.
can see I hold my body different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arnold, what name do you want to give him?
Hank.
What was a good first guess?
All right. This is very hard in acting when you take on a character. My name is Tom,
Yeah.
but this is Hank's voice.
Yes.
And why don't you take the mustache and
Tom
put it
Hanks,
as like
Tom Hanks. Okay. Tom Hanks' voice.
Oh, I love Tom Hanks.
Hello, I'm Hank.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
That big voice.
And then you get in touch with what your motivation is and sort of what
You're
that's
going to
what-
make such a big splash.
Well, this is a very dangerous mission. You're sending me down the road to perdition. And
It's almost impossible.
it is, yeah, it's an impossible mission, but I don't see what that has to do with it. That's another Tom.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you seem to be dragnetting it on.
Oh, come on. Look, I will do this, but there is a chance that I might not come back from Shrike.
You're not going to be cast away. Listen, you can come back.
We've got to get over our irreconcilable differences. Oh, wait, no. No, we don't.
Nope.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know this. Okay? You bosom buddies are sending me away on something that is very dangerous, and I may not return from Shrike, but I will do this for you.
I appreciate it so much, Tom.
But if I die,
Yes.
will you give this note to Rhiannon?
Of course I will.
This is a secret love letter that I've written.
All right.
Do not read this after I am gone.
Okay.
Do you promise?
I swear by all the realms of Ephesius that I shall ne'er open this letter.
All right. Here you go.
When you give it to her, will you say, Rhiannon, you've got mail?
When I give it to her, I'm going to say things like, "Do you like that?"
Well, listen, if you're going to give it to her and you give her, if you're going to have some fun with astral projection, make sure you use astral protection.
Yes, and, make sure that you can get an erection quickly. Make sure you can get Fleetwood, Mac.
What? Oh, I get it. Yeah, that is sort of the most convenient way to say get a fast direction. Yeah, Fleetwood, and then call me Mac. Yeah, okay, all right.
Well, not getting an erection is a real lady killer, so it's good advice. What if I don't know what happens to you for a long time? There isn't how long do I just not hear from you before I give it to her?
Well, you once told me that if I ever wanted to speak to you, I should pop out one of my eyes,
Right,
crush it,
right,
in my hand,
right.
then blow into my hand, so make like a bubble, put a wish in that bubble, and then wait by a stream. Is that still true?
Of course.
Yeah, all right. But if
It seems
If
like it's asking a lot.
well, I'm saying that's an emergency. If after 2 years you haven't heard from me in that manner of communication, then you deliver this letter.
Just out of curiosity, though, would you give us a summation of what might be in the note?
Well,
Little.
you know how there's just regular letters,
Yes.
and then what a lot of people are doing right now is sending sletters.
Is that like sexy letters?
Yeah, it's sexy. It's a combination of because you see how conveniently those words go together.
Yeah.
Slutter.
Is sletter. Yeah, and so it's a sletter that has some pics in it.
Ooh.
Some just pics that I've drawn.
Yeah, salacious.
And I've got a pretty good view of what I'm drawing. I'm able to draw it, and then some sort of things, some sort of sexy things. So that it's private. So I would be very embarrassed if anyone read the sexy things that are in this letter.
All right. Well, I won't. I promise. I
I mean,
made a promise already.
you're royalty. You're a famous person in Foon.
Well,
so
I was
if
taught-
your sletters got out, it would be scandalous.
Yes.
Ooh, you'd hate to see that fall in the hands of
Anyone,
other
yeah.
tossers or
Anyone.
monsters or zombies.
Anyone.
The TMs or Zs.
Whites.
Why don't you do another monologue from Danlet? to get our minds off of this letter.
I would actually love to hear a monologue from what was the other one?
Romeo and
Juliov.
Yeah.
Oh, you know those roles as well?
Well, when you're a cock tickler, you sort of learn lots of things.
Oh, well, yes.
Isn't like a young man who's in a rowboat and the guy who's rowing it stops?
Yeah, that's
And
Romeo.
they have a long conversation and he's eventually like, Romeo?
Yeah, that's right. And then he takes that as his name. Yes, that's how it works. Okay, so we'll do in the scene in the boat when you're just standing still in the ocean.
So now from the play, Romeo and Juliov, this is Tom the Traveler. Clap.
But soft. It hurts so much sitting on this rowboat seat, for my butt is soft. What light across the ocean breaks? It is the sun, but Julie is off the boat. She's died. Such loneliness have I here on this rowboat by myself. And yet, alack, what is this roaring? Oh shit.
Yes.
I am with a tiger on this boat.
Yes. The tiger.
I am alone on this boat with a tiger. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This must be what it feels like to be baked and served as dessert.
Like a pie.
Oh,
a life.
Genlevia, I miss you so much.
What a life. What a life of pie. Thank you.
Wow.
Shunt, please, clap.
Wonderful.
That was amazing.
Thank you, Romeo. Maybe I'll try to do that role, but I'm going to strike undercover as 3 different people. Hello, I'm Hank.
So, Tom, thank you so much for coming back on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, and now I take on a dangerous mission.
Yeah, good luck in Shrike infiltrating the army of Baron Ragoon.
Yeah, well,
He's an evil guy, but he's very polite, so
I can't wait to meet him as someone other than myself.
great. Chun, did you get any emails this week?
I did hear this is to the email chunt@gmail.com. That's chunt with 6 T's, please. This is from Ari Anderson. It says, is Arnie lying? Dear Chunt, don't you find it a bit suspicious? Great, that's it. That's the email. Dear Chunt, don't you find it a bit suspicious that Arnie just happened to have all his podcasting equipment with him when he accidentally fell through a dimensional portal? FYI, why we don't normally carry podcasting gear with us everywhere we go on Earth. Best regards from Ari in Norway, Earth.
I guess that is a little weird. As I've said before, I was in my car, my Toyota Camry, behind the Burger King. My entire car came through the dimensional portal, and it's still hidden in McShingleshane Forest. And I had some podcasting equipment with me because I had a number of failed podcasts on Earth. Stupid Nerd, We Wrongly Assume, Mystery Cove, and...
that one sounds good.
Yeah, the Mystery Cove one.
Mystery Cove sounds good.
It does sound good.
I think it sounds a little dense.
Failed seems like a strong word.
But, I hadn't actually used the equipment in years. And, when I got here, I was like, finally, something to podcast about.
Did you get any emails, Arnie?
Yeah, I did, actually. As always, you can email me at magictavern@puppies.supplies. I know it doesn't sound like a real email address. For whatever reason, it's the only email I can get through the firewall from the Burger King. It's very strange. Here's an email I got. Hey, Arnie, so quick background. Me and my girlfriend are sort of like swingers, but we only have a single friend we do the sex with. Anyway, after coitus was finished, the 3 of us were laying in bed and my girlfriend starts whispering something in my ear. At first I thought it was the sweet nothings of young love, but then I felt the power of Usador's name. We began to chant his name together quickly, rising in volume. Needless to say, our bed guest was surprised and startled. She thought we might have had a bout of temporary sexual insanity, but we simply explained that it was something we heard you ask us to do on your podcast. Now she is an avid listener as well. I also want to thank Usador for the best after-sex moment I've ever had. Diamond Dan and Mouse.
Seriously, though, TSI is not something to joke about.
TSI?
Temporary sexual insanity.
Oh, sure.
Insanity.
There's a plague of TSI throughout.
There's a plague of TSI. It's not good. It's not good.
It starts in one area and then it expanded to TSI Miami.
Yeah. What? Where is Miami?
It's south. When the TSI goes south, oh, that's the worst.
I don't know what you're talking about, but making fun of someone's health, I think, is rather rude. It is sad. It is luckily only temporary, but there are some cases where the temporariness lasts for years.
Yes.
They are temporarily insane for year after year.
Yes.
Here's another real quick email I got. I have a bet with a few friends that Foon is most likely a sphere, just like Earth. However, 2 of my other friends disagree. One thinks it's a flat disc-like world balanced on a few pachyderms who are balanced on a giant turtle flying through space. Some kind of disc world. Another friend thinks it's an ever-changing shape due to the magic of Foon. If you could please settle this bet, it would be greatly appreciated. From Taylor K. I guess I can't believe I've been here a year and 1 week, and I don't know the answer to this. What shape is Foon?
Well, Foon itself is a giant land mass upon...
It's a giant land.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So picture that.
Yes.
It's land-shaped?
And we colloquially refer to the planet that we live upon as Foon, of course, but there are many other nations outside of Foon.
Oh, really? What are some of the other nations?
Well, there's Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii, yep.
There's Grindelflin, and Sorfane.
Mm-hmm. Sorfane?
There's Seordle.
Doof.
Seordle, where nobody can really get any rest.
Did you say Hawaii?
I did say Hawaii.
Hawaii.
You might say they're
Glendefin.
sleepless. You might say they're sleepless in Seordle.
Well, that answers that.
Yes, it's a round planet, like most planets.
Great.
Sorry.
So, Tom, good luck in Skur.
Thank you.
Or good luck in Shrek.
To a cocktail, you say break a leg.
Oh, I'm sorry, break a leg. Why do you say break a leg?
Because especially if you're on a dangerous mission, you want to really mess up your enemy.
Sure.
Break their leg.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Then the next time we see you, we may not recognize you.
Oh, probably not. You might have already seen me at times and not known it was me.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm an actor, yeah. That's right.
As
long as I can stay sober, I think I can complete this mission.
It's very important, Tom Lane, as you go forth on your mission, as you find out critical information that will help us defeat the Dark Lord, that you stay true, that you stay strong, and you resist the temptation to partake of the Morglobe.
Right. I got his note.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey.
Woo. Oh my gosh.
No, come on. That's pictures. Come on. Chunt.
You're huge.
And so ends the sophomore slump edition of our little audio hootenanny. What a shame none of those characters are real, and we just spent half an hour of our lives listening to Chicago improvisers pleasure themselves on their own fancyings. Because if it were real, and I were some sort of authority figure monitoring the barrier between dimensions, Arnie's presence in Foon could be the first fallen domino in a giant cataclysmic game of cosmic Jenga, if you'll forgive the mixed metaphor. But it's not so nothing to worry about. Usador the Wizard was played by human actor Matt Young. Chunt the Shapeshifter was played by Adil Rafai. This week he shifted into the shape of someone who forces people to make up acceptance speeches. That was cool. Tom the Traveler was played by special guest Steve Waltine. Steve performs regularly with the Improvised Shakespeare Company. Blemish, the creepy dwarf who currently runs the Vermilion Minotaur, was played by Martin Wilson. How much voice training do you think Martin's had? None is an acceptable answer. Hello from the Magic Tavern is produced by Evan Jacover, Ryan DeGiorgi, and Arnie Niekamp. Edited by Evan Jacover. Logo by Allard Laban, music by Andy Polin. Follow us on Twitter at Magic Tavern. Thanks as always to the Chicago Podcast Co-op. And a big old thanks to Throat Vulture, Earwolf. My assistant Craig usually does this part, but he's currently being repaired. Anyway, subscribe on iTunes or whatever pod thing you use. Write a review, tell your friends, because people who love podcasts are usually super social. Farewell, tonight, slumber in blissful ignorance, while I watch over you from the vast abyss of space. Whether your planet is round or shaped like Ryan O'Neal, the male lead in Irreconcilable Differences.
I shall have an order of rooster's feet and a strong ale.
Usador, I was wondering if I could maybe get some of that more globe.
Oh yeah, sure, that's just 4 gold pieces.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, this is Stephen Dubner from Question of the Day. This week, James Altucher and I have a special guest host. Brian Koppelman, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Brian Koppelman.
Brian is one of the creators of the new Showtime show Billions. This week, we talk about what it's like to be the showrunner of a hit show.
I'll be the first person to just say, that was dumb, I was wrong about that, let's change it.
Also, why actual billionaires want to be involved with the show Billions.
They only feel burned if you leave them out.
Subscribe to Question of the Day on iTunes, and you can listen on earwolf.com or via your favorite podcasting app.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Adam Sachs, and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.